here's the UK lamb's wool absolutely flying. So this machine has definitely told us that it prefers a lace weight, basically. That's the lace weight going through. And on combs as well, so that the tension is just kept nice and loose and free. But if you knit from a ball of yarn, it doesn't have as good effect. And of course this machine is looking like it prefers finer yarn. So if we were to say do a bit of design work off this, then we would choose a design that works well off finer yarn. Coming fleece force behind me is a knitting machine, and we've spent a couple of hours trialing stuff this afternoon, and what I have learned is absolutely astronomical, incredible. I've got so many answers for you from this, and I always wondered, you know, how to answer people who were coming forward and saying, I want to do a knitwear brand, can you help? And I could help a little bit, but I couldn't help them with the whole production, and rightly so. I had always been quite cautious in saying, you know, it is a long old process from raw right the way through to knitwear. And of course, I have just learned how specific these machines are with the type of yarn that they like. They have a bit of a range in them, and this one that we've been trialing really likes the finer stuff. It didn't want anything to do with the Aran weight that we put in. We trialed 4 or 5 UK wools, and it only liked one of them, and that's just absolutely incredible. It liked a few of the acrylic ones, but we've yet to trial more UK wools within its range to go in. Now, what does that say with advice to give people who want to do a knitwear brand? Stay in the yarn, machinery and knitwear area. Don't go any lower in the processing than that, because one of those three factors will lead the way. I'm doing the easy part, which is what I'm starting with the machinery that's available. That machinery is going to choose the yarn that it likes for me. Then I'm going to design a stitch and design shapes and patterns from that. If you want to go with a specific design and stitch, then you've got to find the machinery and find the yarns that machinery likes. If you want yarn to lead the way, then you've got to again find the right machinery that likes that yarn, and then form your design from there. So it's quite specific, it's quite complex. One opportunity is, because it's not wise to go any further down in the processing whilst you're developing this, use the other mills, British wool. There's so many yarns out there. You can support that right away, and it's a way for Benridge Wool Works to actually get closer to British wool and support the other mills as well. That's just going to be an incredible thing to do. So something to think about if you're here wondering about setting up a knitwear brand. But that's not to say never, that's not to rule it out completely, because as I would buy British wool yarns, as I would continue to support that area for the reasons I've explained, when I get more experience and know my yarns that the machinery likes, I can then say, okay, well, I do want to go down to raw. I do want to process that story. I do want to process that particular flock all the way up to knitwear. So that's something to really think about. Going on to a personal thing, or specific to the business, I'm so pleased that I did not choose this first. I'm so pleased. Just because my goal was to generally help UK wool from the bottom up approach. This area is certainly not a bottom up approach unless you've done lots of trials at the top and then you can come down. This is a very much a top down approach, or top approach, before you carefully make your way back down if that's an option for you. But from my point of view, I've started with every breed on UK soil. I've designed machinery that will process every breed on UK soil, scour it and card it. But then when it gets to actually getting it away for mill spun yarn, things get very specific all of a sudden. Hand spun yarn isn't as specific, but then hand spun yarn is a little bit inconsistent compared to mill spun yarn. These machines may not like it. We have had hand spun yarn through this one, but it is a bit of a risk. So it's easier and faster to stay at the top, buy British wool yarn, stay at the top, get your yarn trials done, get established there. Then if you just want a little bit of a story, a little bit of an addition, maybe a flock or maybe something's very special to you, you can stay with the mills. That's absolutely fine. From my point of view, I might just get one batch through, but it's a different area. It's very specific, and I've just learned an absolute load this afternoon.